In this episode of the Caustic Rebel podcast.
So anyhow, we got Conor McGregor. Like, I mean, are you excited?
Oh, this is awesome. I've grown a beard special for the occasion. He made all kinds of people in the UFC rich. He's going to make us rich.
Oh yeah, that's the goal, obviously. Conor McGregor
is he on?
Entered the waiting room. In 3, 2, 1. Go report. Got it. Hey, Tom, welcome back. I don't know, a lot has gone on since we last saw each other. What did you do? You biked across
Oh yeah, I did the Alpen
Europe.
River.
Yeah.
No, that was just you go around like the watershed of Europe. Like I did 5 passes and looped around all these.
And you made it? No time cutoff problems? Is all that?
Yeah, I made it.
That's pretty cool, Tom.
I could have used 15 hours to get to the finish line, but I made it in 14. So I was quite.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
So anyhow, we got Conor McGregor. Like, I mean, are you excited?
Oh, this is awesome. I've grown a beard special for the occasion. I'm a big fan of the guy. I mean, I really respect him, as a fighter. I respect anybody who's a fighter, really, but he's one of the best. And
I can't even remember how it came up that we wanted to get him. Like, I think you and I were still trying to get our podcast off the ground.
Yeah.
And we're like, hey, we're pretty good. We both have some kind of Irish heritage ourselves, and we both take a little pride, at least I do, in the gift for the gab, and we can go.
Sure.
But I think you're like, yeah, but PJ still, like we should get a guy like Conor McGregor. Have you heard that guy talk? Because fighting aside, like he also has this bigger than life persona and
That's the thing about him. That's what's fascinating about him. If he was exactly the same fighter, but not nearly the same talker, he wouldn't have made 1/10 as much money.
But anyhow, I think we got him. It turns out there's tons of Conor McGregors. I was casting the net wide, but it took a while and some back and forth. But
oh, that's great.
The guy said he can make it. So like I think in a few minutes here we're gonna have him. And
that's awesome.
I don't know. This could be it, Tom. It could be our big break.
He made all kinds of people in the UFC rich. He's going to make us rich.
Oh yeah, that's the goal, obviously.
You got a bit of sun coming through there.
Glare, yeah.
I think it's coming off my forehead, actually. Yeah, there, fixed it.
I probably made it worse.
I'll go put on a baseball cap.
Yeah, it's your head, man. Oh well, obviously we're not production value dominant here on the Caustic Rebel podcast. By the way, is it the Caustic Rebel or the Caustic Rebels podcast?
Singular.
Okay, singular, just like our viewer.
It's not. It's when you say it that way, when you say Caustic Rebel podcast, it could be the listener.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the
listener.
Yeah, anybody could really be the Caustic Rebel.
Well, I think that's the goal. Resonate with the rebel in all of us. Why is he in Toronto? Why is Conor McGregor in Toronto?
Maybe he's promoting a fight or something.
Could be.
Maybe he's got relatives.
Anyhow, he's in Toronto. And he's agreed to a podcast.
It's a great interview.
Well, our man. Well, I mean, he's a busy man, right? So we gotta take what we get here. So also where the heck were you? You were camping in, was it Spain?
Spain? No, we went to with the family a couple weeks ago. We went to Trieste, awesome. And then we spent a couple of days.
Conor McGregor.
Is he on?
Entered the waiting room.
Oh shit! Okay, let's go.
Okay,
come on, we gotta get ready. How does my hair look?
Yeah. What do you mean? Me. Here we go.
The tip of the tongue and the teeth and the lips. The tip of the tongue and the teeth and the lips.
Okay. In 3, 2, 1. He's coming.
All right, there he is. Hey, Conor.
Hey, guys, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, if I can hear you, great.
Perfect.
So you're Toronto. We're not getting you at the wrong time or anything?
No, that's okay. I mean, I'm kind of on my own hours, so I have that freedom of flexibility.
And you're in a studio right now?
Yeah, I'm part of a artist studio near my place, and it just happens to be an artist studio full of comic artists in particular, which is very niche, and I was never expecting that to be close to me, but it worked out perfectly. I'm able to I'm in an area where I can surround myself with much better artists than myself, more experienced artists than myself, and I'm already learning that from them and implementing some tips and techniques that they've given me along the way for a current project of mine. It's pretty great.
Wow. So how would you describe the work that you do and how long have you been at it?
Well, I would describe it as I'm a freelance comic artist, and that would entail comic book covers, custom commissions. I do custom portraits of real people as superheroes, and I am getting into comic books now. So I finished my first comic book a couple years ago, first complete one, and I'm going on to the second one as of last week. How long have I been doing it? I've been drawing since I was very, very young. And I started doing it full time though, right before the pandemic started. So I am talking like late December, early January of 2020. And it weirdly took off. Now I got into it because I just decided to leave my job and I didn't really know that there was a pandemic coming. So it was funny timing, but it
That would have
worked
been
out.
odd if you had known there's a pandemic coming.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no,
Sorry.
it took me by surprise because honestly, I do not pay attention to the news. It kind of
Uh,
stresses me out. I had no idea what was going on. I heard texts from friends saying that they couldn't find toilet paper anywhere. And I was like, what are you talking about? Where are you shopping
Seriously?
right now? And at that time, like I'm already working from home, so like I don't go out anyway. And I had already got a contract for drawing comic book covers and character designs for this couple other guys' original characters over in Grand Island, New York. And that kind of snowballed into other things as the years progress. I mean, the business changes every year on average.
Well,
uh,
when you say sorry, PJ, when you say the business changes every year, what do you mean exactly? Like your customers evolve or what exactly?
Well, I do have some returning customers for certain projects like portraits. So it was the contract for the comic covers in Grand Island, New York, that got me through 2020, and then the superhero portraits through 2021, and then in 2022, the superhero portraits kind of died down quite a bit.
I'm
And I
going to
actually,
give you a shameless promotion here, Connor. I've got a slide up, and forgive me if my recording skills make it illegible, but conormcgregorart.com, that's your website. That's how I got at least knowledge of about half of what you do. And I have highlighted here, like you have online, you can see a lot of the prints. This is one of my favorites that I have shown. This is a Spider-Man guy. And yeah, custom superhero portraits. You're a very modest man if you've already released a comic book and it's not on your website because I didn't see it on the website or whatever. How would a person find out about that?
so that one is not released because
Uh,
that was actually, so I'm an artist for hire, really. They're not really my stories. I have one in the works right now, but at the moment, it's really hard to describe. So the works I've done, the one complete comic book I finished a couple years ago is not really for public consumption because it was for a short story for an actor
uh,
who was using it for a movie pitch. So he like I'm kind of legally bound by
uh,
that one, so I can't really share that with the public. But I have like a 1 second clip of one of the pages in that video on my homepage. It doesn't give
okay.
away any of the story, but it shows like what I can do with my panel
Okay.
work. So
I did put together some slides. You do have a fast motion animation of one of your superhero portraits. Do you mind if I show that?
go for it.
Okay.
And this is one of my returning customers for the superhero portraits. So yeah, that was my big ticket item back in 20, I believe it was 2021. And I'm that still is something that people come back for, even with the introduction of AI, because AI can do
Yeah,
that
yeah.
much quicker. But I think there's always going to be a place for that because the people, the demographic who comes to me for that are the people who want it for special occasions, anniversaries, something that they would put meaning into, which
Yeah,
they
yeah.
can't really get from AI. And if they want it custom, well, that's when they need me. Is it going to stop the thing after another 40?
Yes. So
Okay.
we'll just switch back to the other computer at that point. Sorry about that. Hey, Tom, can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm back.
Sorry, man. I thought I had this goblin licked, but apparently not.
But was I the only one that got kicked out?
No.
No, me too.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay,
had
I
to,
don't feel so bad.
no, I had to restart. I have a feeling that we're recording fine again, but I have a feeling that we're little tiny pixels way off to the so we're not getting your lovely face there, Connor. Sorry about that. Hey, so you do have like a red beard and your name is Conor McGregor. How
I do,
often
yeah.
how often does it come up in your day-to-day life that hey, you
Oh my
have the
God. So it's funny because when did he first become famous? Like 2015? When that started happening, I don't pay attention to sports or fighting, and like some of my friends did. And so whenever I walked in the room, suddenly like everybody was shouting like McGregor, and I was like, what is with these guys? Anyway, so I quickly found out about this other guy, Conor McGregor, who was really famous, famous UFC fighter, and I was like, okay, I don't really mind. I mean, I like the attention. It doesn't hurt me. And I just find it kind of funny. And these days, it's weird because I still get attention from it. On average, I would say once every 2 weeks, maybe more, somebody will say something about it,
oh that
Yeah.
and
that's
or I'll meet someone that'll be like, "No way, that's your name is Conor McGregor." I'll even be on the phone with.
uh
Well,
Well,
if you
I've
ever get
never.
bad service in the restaurant, you just stand up and you say, "Do you know who I
It wouldn't. I would never do that, but it has actually not that, but I have gotten this before. So I did attend this comic convention once, and I know that the organizer, I know this happened because he told me after the fact, that he put my name on the website as a guest or something. I don't know why. I'm not famous
yeah.
or anything, but my name was on there somehow. And he started getting phone calls from people about, is Conor McGregor really going to be there? How much does his autograph cost? And like, when does the
Yeah.
lineup start? And he just started getting phone calls from everybody because of my name.
am?" Oh,
So
that's awesome.
even,
Yeah.
uh,
So, I mean, to be honest, that is the angle that got me to you. But I was like, this is awesome. Can I maybe a little bit of a change the subject? So I had come up with this slide, what makes a superhero? And maybe we could talk about your favorites and why. But at least from my point of view, I do want to say, look at this guy. He kind of is like a superhero. There is a lot to the idea of the concept of the superhero. I don't know exactly where I weigh in, but what are your thoughts? And what is a superhero? Why are we fascinated? Why are you fascinated? And maybe what's your favorite? I'm noticing you're wearing a Batman hat there. And like that's Batman. I haven't given a great deal of thought, but he's just a human with some cool toys, you know. So it's more sort of maybe approachable as you're
you
like,
can
yeah,
probably connect to him a little bit more. Honestly, I don't think that's the reason why I got obsessed with Batman. He is my favorite character, by the way, but I think I just love Batman so much. Like he's my favorite because I grew up in the 90s. The
Oh,
90s was a very special decade for Batman fans in particular. Like it was the
okay.
best decade to grow up if you're going to be a Batman fan, in my opinion.
I have an
Even
opinion. I
starting,
grew up in the late 60s and early
yeah,
70s. I'm a huge Batman fan and I grew up before you there, Connor. So
yeah.
I'm gonna put in a plug for that original TV series there.
Yeah, no, I'm well aware of that series because my dad loved it so much,
Yeah.
particularly the car. He was a
Wow.
mechanic. He just
Yeah,
loves
yeah,
that
yeah.
car. Um, but I mean, I grew up with something else, so in my opinion, the 90s was better.
I think we got Connor coming in 3, 2, 1. Sorry again. You're dealing with rank amateurs if you haven't figured that out by
Well,
now.
No worries, honestly. I mean, I think you guys are piecing all this together pretty well. So,
well, we'll see. Yeah, PJ's the editing guy. Once he works his magic on this, you won't believe how awesome this is going to be.
I won't believe it either. I'm enjoying this a lot. And what we were talking about.
yeah, we were at what's my favorite and why, which is pretty clearly Batman. So
Yay.
mine wasn't my I picked him as my favorite not because I connected with the character on some real level. It was just I happened to grow up right when Batman the animated series started coming out in 1992,
Ah,
and that was a very dark, broody Batman. And I was like, this guy's really cool. And of course, then you had everything was Batman. And I was just like, this is the greatest time to be alive. I mean, I had Batman clothes. I mean, I was a kid. I had Batman underwear, Batman t-shirts, Batman backpacks. And I mean, I remember going to school with my new Batman backpack in 1997, and I was like, everyone's gonna love this. And then I got to school and like nobody said a word. And I'm thinking, you all should be way more excited about this than you are right now. So I was kind of obsessed, but it was really just because I grew up with him and I thought he was cool.
well, my little Batman story, even when I was a kid, that first TV series with the kitschy sound effects and all that was already old. You could already tell it was kind of oldie times. Like they weren't making them anymore. They were reruns. But I loved it.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved it. Then it's sort of like everyone knew about Batman. I had a little Batman car when I was a kid. So I was a grown up going to graduate school in Boston 1989. You can probably tell me this. Hollywood decided, we're going to make a Batman movie. It was making a splash. Going to make another movie? That's pretty cool. And I got myself a black t-shirt with that emblem, the one that's on your hat. That's
Yeah.
it. And everyone knows like that's one of so iconic, right? And I was walking down the hallway and thinking, people should be really excited about this shirt. And actually, I did get some compliment. It was sort of like vintage even then.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
'Cause I'm so not into this that I didn't even fully appreciate this massive split in the dogma, if you would, like the two different schools. But oh my God, we could go through some of my AI stuff.
What
Check
is that right there with the
this,
tiny
this,
things?
this. I said, okay, I'll run you through some of my stuff. Um, uh, I just started shamelessly trying to get Conor McGregor and Spiderman into stuff. And this is what it comes up with. It is brilliant,
No,
except for no Conor McGregor at
you've
all.
got the bike built for two Spider-Man, but the second seat is
Well,
just
maybe Connor
vacant.
is Spider-Man.
Oh, so
It's
so then I was like, "What's going on?" I said, "Conor McGregor eating spaghetti." There he is.
no.
That worked. And then I said, "Okay, what about Spider-Man?" And I said, "Spider-Man in green and gold, smoking a wee pipe in an Irish meadow."
I thought you were trying to merge like a Lord of the Rings theme and
No,
costume or make
no.
an elf or
This
something.
is Spider-Man smoking a wee pipe in an Irish meadow. Um, so this is Spider-Man drinking a Mountain Dew in front of the Statue of Liberty.
It looks like he's drinking it
The
upside down, though.
He's drinking
Yeah.
out of the ass end of the cup.
Yeah.
But look at it, how overall, and this comes, boom, 7 seconds. It's weird. I'm
Mhm.
glad to hear you say it's kind of entertaining that you must have. I spent,
It's a really fun toy, is what it
yes,
is.
exactly. Yeah.
And I mean, I think that's the attraction. That's probably why they're making so much money because people want to try it out. It's a
Yeah.
new thing, so there's a trend factor to it as well.
So
Uh,
here I tried to get Spider-Man to fight Conor McGregor.
that does not look like Conor
It's
McGregor.
not Conor McGregor. I don't know who it is, but and look, he has a Spider-Man on his bare
Yeah,
chest, and
yeah.
somehow he has half a shirt on. Now
And
I
who are the
tried.
guys in the background with the green heads?
Oh wow, yeah. I just saw that now.
Now watch this. I tried again. Conor McGregor fighting Spider-Man.
That's
It's a
so weird.
it's a total
And I mean,
hallucination. Undaunted. I tried again. This one is very disturbing.
Yeah, like on that
more like
bike.
he's absorbing Spider-Man because he's like half of him isn't. What is that on the front of his shirt there? It's like, is that writing of some
Yeah,
kind?
it looks vaguely Korean.
Like I'm wondering, like maybe like did they try to put his tattoo on the Spider-Man suit or something?
Maybe.
Because I
Uh,
know he's got tattoos. This guy's missing the tattoos. I
yeah,
actually
yeah.
dressed up as Conor McGregor for
Oh,
Halloween once. And I
you
had
could
the
pull it
beard. The
off.
beard was a little more bushy than it is right now, but it doesn't grow it that long. And I got the fake tattoos along the body, and then I think he's got some on the arms.
Okay,
And I
so
mean, that was a fun one-time thing, but
you're gonna like this then. I asked it to do Conor McGregor doing a superhero art in
okay,
Toronto.
okay. I mean, I like the choice of the artwork, of
Yes,
course.
yes.
It reminds me of Conor McGregor, not quite the look though.
Yeah, and then I tried again.
That's a little better.
Eh,
Obviously you got to show
Look
his
at it,
orange
and
hair.
he's way worse at
It's
drawing
the
than you are.
worst drawing.
I know,
You
but
think the painting would be spectacular.
he's so bad. At least he has the pen. But
Yeah, they
okay,
got the
now
one.
here we might have to wrap it up. I'm glad to have fun with this. This is actually beautiful to look at. And then this, I kind of like this. You could actually, this is like more like I wanted a Canadian, like you're the Canadian guy.
Uh,
And look, you guys got your beard. And he's drawing a superhero, like in his cartoon sort of style. And
yeah.
and I had him sitting on a pile of comic books.
Yeah, that one's actually not so bad. It
And
looks kind
then
of appropriate.
and then this one is sort of the probably what I'll use for the thumbnail.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that one earlier. That one's cool.
I didn't show you all the ones I had where people were like coming out of the easel and the easel sort of it but it was kind of cool because comics is your life. So where is the I don't know. And
So
I like it's called like I don't know what it is. It's
yeah, I don't know what it's supposed to be. It got McGregor right. I mean,
yeah.
it's his spelling of the name, not mine. But
But anyhow, this was just me playing around. I did have a lot of fun. I'm not pretending in any way that this is great art. And I still think you're bringing it hands down.
thank
And
you.
you're closer to the rubber meets the road with AI versus humans, and you have a very admirable opinion that I think totally holds water because you're the real deal. And AI's not. I had a blast. I had a blast playing with those things, but
Mhm.
yeah, it's not art. I actually played around with some of this AI music generation, and I kind of ripped off an old Irish folk song, the Pogues, "Dirty Old Town."
Yeah.
Do you know that one? Connor, do you know the Pogues?
I don't.
You gotta watch some of their stuff. Just do you
Not if
have
you're
some
a
Irish
dentist.
heritage?
I think I have a little bit. As far as I know right now, it's mostly Scottish.
Okay,
So, the
okay.
other Conor McGregor that we all know is Irish. I'm the Scottish version.
I think I won't take any more of your time. This is awesome. You're our first live guest on what I
Well,
hope will be our podcast.
I thank you guys for having me. This has actually been really fun. I mean, it's the first podcast I've done.
the reason I am talking to you today is my friend here, Tom, said we should get a Conor McGregor in here, man. Could he talk? And and then I just started riffing and thinking, what if? And I said, hey, we could just. There's got to be 100 Conor McGregors. Surely one of them would talk to us, and if you and you did, and it's actually pretty cool. So I thank you for playing along with that, and I think that's my kind of thing. It's like sort of hidden gems. It's like we didn't go straight for it, but we found our way there. And
yeah, you didn't get the Conor McGregor, but
yeah, we did.
You could just tell people you did.
Okay, well, I might play it up a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's comic graphic artist Conor McGregor, 2 N's, 1 A, from Toronto, and then that'll be the final billing. Okay, well, thanks a lot, and
thank you, Conor.
Yeah, thanks so much.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you again for having me. This has actually been very, very fun for me.
You're now a Caustic Rebel.
All right.
All right. Talk to you later.
Have a great day, guys.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye-bye. How do I turn this off? We good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, man. I'll let you get back to work, eh? I'll talk to you again soon.
All right. Thanks a lot. I like the beard.
Thanks, man.
Tune in again, dear listener, as the Caustic Rebels address mysteries from black holes to Bob Dylan.
Well, a wrecking ball is swinging, ringside bells are ringing. The